Welcome to r/slash idontworkherelady, where we share stories about normal people who are actual customers that are mistaken for employees at that establishment. This is TNA, top-notch audio. Get ready for some laughs. And at the end of these stories, we definitely appreciate your likes, comments, and definitely subscribe for sure. And this next story is posted by u/Draco_Baron. I am not the parking attendant, but sure, I will do their job. Background: 3 governmental orders have been made that are relevant to this post. Even and I car numbers will drive on an alternating system throughout the week. I cars Mondays, even cars Tuesdays, and so on. Sunday has a no car allowed system. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a mask, sanitizers, and gloves in the car with you. If the windows are closed, you do not have to be wearing them while inside the car. Driving age is 18. Story time. I went to an upscale part of my city as I wanted to get some imported snacks that you cannot find anywhere else. The shop has its own parking lot that you can park in. Usually, there will be a parking lot attendee, but there wasn't at the moment. No biggie. I slide my car in and get out, mask and gloves on. While walking on my way, I see a mom struggling to get her car out of an awkward parking position and the kids in the back seat jumping around. I approach the car and help her out. She thanks me, kids wave at me, and she goes on her way. Enter a black Mercedes with tinted windows. It parked directly in front of me. A girl who looked too young to be driving gets out and literally throws her car key in my face and says, "Park." Exit from the other side an older lady whom I later found out is her mom. Me: yeah, I'm not the parking attendee, and that's no way to get people stuff. I dropped the key on the floor. Girl: what did you just say? How do you dare talk to me like that? Gets up in my face. She is not wearing a mask though. Me: I slide back away from her. Do not approach me. I'm sorry if you're an idiot, but I do not work here, and stop bothering me. Mother: you just helped that lady get out. Now help us and do your job, or I will get you fired. I know the owner. Girl: do your job, you dumb C. It's because of us you get paid. Honestly, looking back, I should have slapped her. Me: ladies, last time, I am not the attendee. Girl: do your job, dang it. I do not have to deal with the likes of you. Grabs the key and essentially stabs me with it in the chest and walks away. Went around the corner to a police officer stationed whose job is to make sure cars of appropriate plates and gear are driving. I convinced him to come back to me to the parking. We waited till the woman got out and to cut what essentially was a screaming match between the 2 girls. The real parking attendee, the police officer, and another 2 police officers that came. The results are as follows. Girl is 16. Neither the mom or the girl own the car. It's the dad's. It was an odd license plate. Today, Saturday, is an even license plate day. They had no PPE whatsoever. Open alcohol bottle in the car. Harassment of a pedestrian. Me: unsure what happened after the officer rattled out all those infractions they committed as I had collected my loot, snacks, and left. A quick Google of my county's law places them at a fine for $3,500, withdrawal of license, judge hearing, and I am able to file for a civil suit due to them harassment and assault, stabbing me with the key. And this story is posted by u/red_bandana34. For the last time, lady, I'm not a court secretary. So I work in a prison in a supervisor role, and I always seem to be mistaken for an employee of other places. I am sometimes involved in transporting newly sentenced criminals to the prison. This involves going to the courts and collecting them, and it's normally a straight in, straight out ordeal. It's also worth knowing that I'm a woman. A few other officers and I went to our local court to collect 2 men who we were taking back with us. The 2 men are being held separate, so me and another prison officer, Jake, split off to go and collect one of them and escort him to the van. Jake goes into the room first, finding the man talking to his mother, Karen, and politely begins the conversation as I enter. Karen just does a beeline for me. "Kay, hi. I was just wondering how we go about the appeals process. My son here is innocent." Me: I'm not sure, ma'am. You have to ask a court official or a lawyer. I work in the Kay, but you're the secretary to the judge, so you should surely know this. I don't want my son going to prison. He won't survive a second in there. I can't disclose the crime for obvious reasons, but I can assure you the prison is a dangerous place for those found guilty of this offense, so I understand her fear. However, I can't help her as I know very little about the court process. Me, ma'am, I'm not the secretary. I'm a prison transport officer. If you look at my uniform, okay, you're a woman. Me, very confused and looking to Jake for help. Yes, I am, but I'm not a secretary. Karen looks to Jake. There are no female prison officers. She's definitely a secretary. Jay, no, she's an officer. There's loads of female prison officers. We need to escort your son, so if you could go and find Kay. Ridiculous. She is dressed as a secretary. This is a load of BS. I'm wearing the exact same uniform as Jake is. Black army boots, black trousers, white shirt, black tie, and even the fancy little hat that we sometimes get to wear on jobs like this. Literally, the only thing I'm wearing that could make me look like a secretary is my glasses. Me, ma'am, this is a prison officer uniform. Now, we need to stick to a schedule, so we need to go. Please go to the front and speak to the actual secretaries. My colleague and I need to get going. The guy stands up hurriedly, letting Jake take a hold of his handcuffs, and comes along with no problems, and we turn to leave. We are halfway down the corridor, within view of the security team in the courts and thus the actual secretaries, when Karen grabs my arm and tries to spin me around. I roll my eyes at Jake and turn to glare at her. Me. Can I help you, ma'am? Kay. Yes, you can tell me how to appeal. You're a secretary. Do your job. Me. For the last time, lady, I'm not a secretary. I am a prison guard. You can see my uniform. You can read the badges, unless you really are that stupid. Also, it's incredibly sexist of you to assume that I am a secretary purely because I'm a woman. Now, we are behind schedule, so if you would kindly go and speak to those men over there, all the secretaries on duty that day were male, quite funny, they can help you. I turned and followed Jake, who hadn't bothered stopping again by this point, was out by the van, and all but stormed out of there. I heard Karen complaining to the secretaries that I was so rude for trying to get out of my job. The secretary's response? Sorry, ma'am, we can't help. We aren't prison officials. And this story is posted by u/road_rascal. That's not my tanker truck, lady. Short backstory. I just got off a 14-hour shift. I work for a utility company, and this took place about 5 a.m. in a smaller suburb of the Twin Cities in January. I stopped for gas at the local Shop and Rob and a few snacks for my upcoming shift at 2 p.m., another 14-hour shift, lots of overtime. I pull into the station and the tanker truck is there for delivery. I get out, fuel up my run-of-the-mill boring box on wheels, and started to go into the store. About 5 feet from the entrance, I hear a slight squealing of tires and watched a monstrosity of an SUV, Lincoln Navigator I think, roar around the tanker and park around 1 foot behind it. I was already tired and didn't really think anything of it since people do drive a little nuts around here. I'm in the store looking at what kind of garbage I can eat for the day and maybe a couple energy drinks for later that night. This is when the fun begins. M is me. CL is crazy lady. SD is sheriff's deputy. CL. Hey. Hey you. Hey. M. Turns head to look at the lady staring right at me. CL. You need to move your truck. M. Puzzled look on my face. CL. Yes, I'm talking to you. You need to move your truck now. M. Me pointing to the salt-crusted SUV at .5. You mean that car? CL. No. The tanker truck is blocking the tire pump. My tire light is on and I need to fill it up now. I'm in a big hurry. Funny thing is, those tire fillers have about 20-foot retractable hose on them. M. That's not my semi. CL. I just watched you walk inside 30 seconds ago. M. That's not my truck. Now I'm beginning to wonder why she thought I was the truck driver. We probably have on the same high-vis yellow coats with silver reflective stripes that's just as common as blaze orange during deer season. M. That's not my truck. I don't work here and get the hell away from me. At this point, one of the local sheriff's deputies walked right in before I say, "Get the hell away from me." I see them here quite a bit in the morning to get coffee. SD walks over and asks, "Is there a problem here?" CL, "This guy needs to move his truck. It's blocking the tire pump. I'm in a big hurry and one of my tires is low." M to the SD, "My car is over there on pump number 5, and I don't know why this lady thinks I'm the semi-driver." At this point, I'm wondering where the driver is, either in the back office doing paperwork or destroying one of the toilets in the restroom. SD to CL, "Okay, show me what you're talking about." They both go outside and walk to the back of the tanker truck. M, "I pay for the gas and my snacks, and here comes the truck driver out of the restroom. It's probably going to need a power washing." As I'm walking out to my car, I see the deputy pointing to back of her car, and they were talking about something. I couldn't hear them. SD and CL walked back inside the store just as the truck driver was walking out. Yep, he was wearing a similar high-vis coat. I put the snacks in my car, and now curiosity has struck me. I walk over to CL's SUV and saw that it has whiskey plates on them. Maybe it's her, maybe it's her husband's, don't know. Then I saw it. I couldn't believe my eyes. The effing license plates showed October 2018. They were 14 months expired. I got a good laugh from that, and I hope CL got a ticket for expired tabs. I went home and got some rest. Thank you all for listening. We definitely appreciate it. 3 funny and amazing stories. Definitely, we appreciate your comments below. Like, subscribe for sure if you haven't already, and we look forward to you viewing more videos that we post in the future. This has been TNA Top Notch Audio. Have yourselves a great day.